Hello everybody, it's George from ShopTo here, and I've got my initial thoughts for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 multiplayer and Blackout. I haven't yet played Zombies. I thought I'd prioritise these two because these are the areas I kind of know the most about and will enjoy playing the most. So yeah, without any further ado, I'm just going to get straight into it. The gameplay you're seeing is one of my gameplays from earlier today. Well, I say earlier today, I'm recording this around midnight of the Thursday of the 11th because the game actually kind of got soft released on the Thursday because of the big update. Mine downloaded in about an hour and a half if you're watching this on the Friday and you still haven't downloaded it. But I do have 100 megabit download, so it might take you quite a while. But you can play Blackout after just 17 gigabytes of download. So yeah, if you want to just play Blackout, you've got a download, but it's not that big. If you want to play multiplayer, unfortunately you're going to have to wait a little bit. But that's the same for everyone because I didn't put half the game on the disc or something. But anyway, it's all done now and I've been absolutely loving my time with the game today. As you can see from the gameplay, I'm okay at times. I have my moments. I'd say I'm probably consistently alright, I would say. I wouldn't say I was like exceptional. I wouldn't say I was bad either. But yeah, multiplayer is going pretty well for me and I'm loving it so far. Blackout is a different story. Well, it's not a different story, completely different story, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on. One thing I wanted to quickly say, the gameplay I was originally going to use for this was my first multiplayer game, but this gameplay was just so much better. I decided I'd use this and chop it down a bit for you guys. But that first game, I actually ended up playing with Callum Swanee, who is an ex-Call of Duty pro player, and I think Rex, I think his name is, who is a current Call of Duty pro player for, I can't remember what team he plays for. But yeah, it was kind of weird. I just ran into him. I looked up Swanee, he was streaming. I could see myself in the stream. It was kind of fun. But yeah, anyway, that's completely irrelevant. So, multiplayer. The gameplay just feels so much smoother than it did in the beta. I don't know what's changed, to be honest. Well, I say that a lot's changed, but I don't know what's changed in this kind of area to make it feel so good, but it just feels really, really polished and really refined. And I don't remember the beta feeling like that, and it's the same for Blackout, which I'll move on to in a bit. But yeah, multiplayer feels really, really good. It feels crisp, it runs smoothly on my PS4 Pro, no hitches at all, no disconnections, everything just works, and I'm really happy with how it feels, and I'm very, 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 very excited to continue playing the multiplayer, proceed through those camos and prestiges, which I'll move on to now. The prestiges were tweeted by Treyarch the other day. There's 10 prestiges, 55 levels, and then I assume you can go up to level 1000 once you reach 10th prestige again, as you have been able to do in the last few years. But the prestige emblems are really cool, and weapon mastery or whatever it is, I don't know exactly what it's called, where you get the special variant of each weapon that's just cosmetic. That's a really cool thing to go for, and the challenges for it seem kind of difficult. Speaking of like cosmetics, camos look really, really good. It's gold, diamond, dark matter, just like it was in Black Ops 3, which is fine with me. Kind of wish dark matter was a little bit different because I have done it before. Maybe you can change the colour of it or something. We just kind of don't know yet because nobody's anywhere near getting dark matter camo. But the camos are good looking and they're worth grinding for, and I'm definitely going to be doing that as well as trying to get to that top 10th prestige, because I'm not even just kidding, like this game is feeling so good. I'm so happy that we've got a decent Call of Duty back again. Not that World War II was bad, it just kind of didn't have that like feel to it. The game looked a bit grey. It was, well, obviously it was World War II, it was just a bit, I don't know, it was nearly good, it was nearly fantastic. But Black Ops 4 is feeling great to me, so I'm definitely going to be continuing to play it over the next weeks, months, and probably for the rest of the year until the next game comes out. Moving on to maps, the maps I have played, I've played a wide variety of them now. There's a few that stick out of being a bit off. I initially thought that Hacienda was a very, very solid map, but after playing it again, especially for domination, it doesn't feel like a very good map. There's another map I can't remember. It doesn't spring to mind right now, but there's only 2 maps that have stood out to me as being pretty poor, which is not bad considering Black Ops 3 I think there was like 5 or 6 maps I was just completely like, nope, I'm not playing, I'm leaving. So to just have 2 maps that are not great that's good with me. That's good with me. Moving on to the maps I did like, there's quite a lot of maps that are alright, that are playable, that are decent. I can't remember their names once again because I've only played each one once or twice. I'm pretty sure there's maps I still haven't played. But there are maps in there that are you know, they're alright, they're decent. You see them in the rotation, like, yeah, I can play that. There's quite a lot of those. I think there's probably about 8 of those, and then there's 4 standout maps. I'm not a massive fan of Slums nor Summit, which is maybe an unpopular opinion from the throwback maps, but Firing Range, and I can't remember the last one. I honestly can't remember the last one, but anyway, the other 2 are decent in my opinion. And there's also a few other maps. I can't remember what it's called. There's one that's like set. I honestly can't remember, but it's got a big sniper's nest in the middle, and that map's quite fun. I like that too. But there's quite a lot of good maps in this game, and there's also some pretty fantastic maps in there that I think may be classics further down the line. So yeah, maps, solid maps, good maps, very good maps. I can't say much more about maps because I'm going to go insane. But anyway, yeah, the maps are decent. So moving on from that, just to touch on the old maps, they all look amazing, especially Firing Range. It looks stunning in this game. It really does. It has the Union Jack planes fly over, not the Union Jack, the US flag planes fly over with the red, white and blue at the beginning, and it just looks so good, and I love it. Firing Range has been treated like with the utmost respect and made as gorgeous as it can be, and I'm buzzing. Every time you see those old maps pop up in rotation, you're like, hey, gonna play that. Even if it's like a map like Summit, which I'm not too keen on, I'm still gonna vote for it because it's one of those classic maps, and I know everybody else likes it. So you know, I'm that white knight in the lobby that votes for the maps that you like that I don't. You know, don't. You can thank me later. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so multiplayer feels great. Maps are good. Guns are decent. There's a few standout guns for me. The ICR is the first assault rifle you unlock, and it is amazing. Just stick with that thing until you get to like level 30, and you can start experimenting from there. But the ICR is very good. SMG wise, they've kind of a bit lackluster. Try the Vector-like one. I think that's probably the best one to start with. Sniper wise, I can't remember what it's called for the life of me, but the second sniper you unlock is fantastic. It's so fast compared to the Paladin, and it's probably about as strong as well. The Paladin seems to be have been nerfed a bit. It's not as strong as it was in the beta, I don't think, and it is still quite slow. But it feels nicer to use than it did in the beta. It's not quite as slow as it was, but yeah, it needs a little bit of a buff, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, guns on the whole are decent. Score streaks are back. Score streaks do damage. I've had quite a few quads. I've even witnessed a guy wipe a whole team with a Hellstorm missile, so make sure you've got Hellstorm missiles on. This chopper gunner, or the helicopter support, whatever it is decent too. That's 1200 score. Had a few of those, and they've done like 3 or 4 or 5 kills each time, so I'm a fan of those. You'll see that in this gameplay as well. They seem to, you know, get the job done. Moving on to Blackout now. Not going to touch on this like as much as multiplayer because I haven't spent as much time with Blackout. I played about 3 or 4 games. Came like 8th in one of them. It feels a lot better than it did. Honestly, it looks so much better than it did in the beta. They literally scaled down the graphics for the beta and just made it like just work so we could play it and test it. And it looks so much nicer now in the full game, and it also like feels better. It's smoother. The mantling animations, using vehicles, getting in and out of buildings just feels a lot better as well. They've just kind of gone over it with the smoothing tool on Photoshop and made it all really nice. But yeah, it feels great, it looks great, and they solved a lot of issues that I had personally and a lot of people had with the beta, like looting. The looting, like going through somebody's bag when you kill them, is now a lot smoother. They're going to change that UI, I think, and I think they could probably do benefit from that. But it's not as slow as in sluggish as it used to be. Picking items up off the floor, you literally have to just hold it slightly, just tap to reload, hold it slightly to pick the items up. That works really well. And armor has been nerfed a bit as well. It's more obvious when you can see like what damage you're doing to their armor. You can see how much protection your armor has, and it just feels a lot easier. Like everything's just been fixed. Like the problems you had were just like the things that were wrong were just kind of stupid, and they've just kind of made them normal, and I like that a lot. And it's just feeling really good, Blackout, at the moment. I'm definitely going to be putting plenty more time into it over the coming weeks, months, and as I said, throughout the year. It's just easy to play. It just feels easy to play. It's less of it didn't feel like a chore almost, but it felt kind of rough, and now it just feels crisp and Call of Duty. When you think of Call of Duty and you look at Blackout now, that's exactly what you want to be having from a Call of Duty Battle Royale, and I'm really happy with it. But overall, multiplayer aspects of Black Ops 4 are both fantastic. I can't honestly explain. As a COD fan who's been playing solidly since Modern Warfare 3, I can't express to you how happy I am to finally have another amazing Call of Duty. I loved Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 4 is more of that good, and I'm loving it. I can't wait to put more time into the game, and I will be doing over the next few days. If you want to watch a live stream, I'm not sure dates and times just yet, but there will be a live stream on the ShopTo Twitch channel, potentially Facebook, haven't decided yet, in the next week. If you want to read my initial thoughts, check out the article down in the description below, and make sure to stick around for more content from us. We've got plenty of stuff still to come this year, including Red Dead Redemption, might have some more Call of Duty stuff, loads of stuff coming your way, so make sure to subscribe for that and check out the news site, because we're doing alright over there at the moment. We're getting a bit more engagement, so hopefully we can keep growing and get that community thriving again. Let me know what you think of the game if you've played it already. Let me know what you're most excited for if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Check out the product links down in the description if you still haven't got a copy, by the way. You can grab that with next day delivery. So yeah, make sure to stick around. See you guys next time.